On May 1st, Governor Kevin Stitt vetoed Senate Bill 429. The veto comes about a week before some students' graduation. Comanche Nation Vice Chairman Cornel Pewewardy said he helped write SB 429, which started about 5 years ago after he returned to Lawton, Oklahoma. He shared the idea with Representative Trey Caldwell, stating other states have passed laws protecting Native students at graduation.
I showed him about 3 templates, one from Oregon, one from Washington, and California, and I said, you know, we could do this in Oklahoma because it's my understanding there's nothing like this, and we need this desperately because I've been meeting a lot of Native students, and they were caught in a conundrum that they could not wear any tribal regalia at their graduation, and so we went to work to craft such a bill.
The veto impacted one parent, Danielle Warito, from Elgin Public Schools. She said it was okay for her daughter, Annabelle Warito, to wear a feather but not a beaded cap to graduation. Annabelle talked to a senior sponsor who said she wouldn't walk across the stage if she wore a beaded cap.
And then when my daughter was talking to her, she told her, she said, well, why is it that I can't wear my beaded cap? Y'all push religion on us. Y'all telling, you know, they had that baccalaureate, which was religious. Y'all had that. And we prayed and everything, but yet I can't have my heritage. I can't have my culture. I don't know how there is a difference with that.
Warito said her daughter chose not to wear the beaded cap to graduation, but did say they took senior and post-graduation pictures with it.
It is a tough decision, and we do not want to take away from any of the other kids that are still graduating in her class.
Warito said other Native parents have noticed nothing has changed over the years.
Like the impact aid forms. The impact aid forms, if we did not turn in those impact aid forms, my husband, had to sit on the wall. And then like me, we took zeros in our classes if we did not turn in the impact aid forms. And then even our daughter, when we were talking to her about it, she said when she was at elementary, when we did not turn in the impact aid forms, she had to walk laps at recess.
Pewewardy said students could make a standpoint.
This is quite the issue. I mean, just talking about one of the Comanche citizens, Danielle, who attends Elgin Public Schools. She was denied that right. And that's why we came as advocates to make sure that that superintendent knows that we're in opposition to his decision. And we base it on not only our resolution, but I think a religious right, a constitutional right, and also self-determination in public schools. You have to remember that we have become citizens of the United States in 1924. And so ever since then, there's been opposition to Native peoples to remain who they are.
Warito said she'd attend more meetings, including school board meetings, to push for change.
Because this problem just needs to stop. No kid should have to feel like this, especially a day or two before their graduation. This is a celebration and an accomplishment for all, not just Native American or minorities in general, every race.
She said Native citizens must find a way to fix the bills.
We learned to live in 2 different governments, basically, because I'm Comanche, we have our own government, and then we also have the U.S. government. So, I mean, I know we're gonna have to get, with Congress, and we're gonna have to fix these laws, because even like the bill that Governor Stitt just vetoed, and it was passed 90-1, and he is a citizen of a tribe that is here in Oklahoma. He should know how passionate that we are about ourselves.
Pewewardy said the bill took multiple times to pass starting 3 years ago.
It was unsuccessful. I don't think it got out of the House. So we tried it again. I think last year the same way. It got stopped at the House, but this year it passed not only the House and the Senate. So they got both endorsements, but it got vetoed 2 weeks ago by Governor Stitt.
He said the Comanche Nation advocates cultural enrichment.
We know that any one of our students, whether it be preschool to doctoral programs, are going to be confronted with institutional policy.
Chairman Mark Mavoya said the Comanche Nation responded to the veto of SB 429. He said the Comanche Nation passed a motion at a Comanche Business Committee meeting to send a letter to Stitt.
What the governor did is he failed to uphold his duty to more than 156,000 Native students in the public school system in Oklahoma. by preventing these students from wearing their regalia.
Mumavoya said it's an expression of a student's legal rights.
We're going to back our students. We feel this is very important. And this is the Senate bill. It's a popular, no-nonsense cost to the government and state public schools that we want our Senate and House to override governor's veto of this bill.
He said the letter's significance is to voice the nation's opinion against the bill's veto.
And our opinion is we stand behind our culture. It's our pride for our students to express this. And it's also their expression of religion. So we 100% back our students. And we do it through unity, and we do it through our nation. We do it through our voice of the Comanche Nation. And we're going to express our voice.
Pewewardy said it's been an uphill battle since Native Americans have been granted the right to vote.
And to express ourselves in our own way, in our tradition, our language, has been our challenge, because it's always been an uphill battle fighting against, I think, Anglo-conformity, meaning that you speak English only, and we don't. I see English as a foreign language, actually. Our language is Namana. It's the people's language.
Mumavoya said he hopes the nation's voice reaches out to the leadership of the state of Oklahoma.
Our tribal leaders were rallying to overturn this. We know the importance of expressing our culture and our cultural heritage. So we're going to unify, and we're going to take everything we have, and we're going to fight to override this, and hopefully the Senate and House will override this veto.
Pewewardy said it's about a 45-year-long history.
I graduated at Northeastern State University in Tahlequah in 1976, and I was so happy to just graduate, being, my brother Lanier was the first to graduate in our family at the University of Oklahoma, and I was the second. And my parents gave me an eagle feather, and I put it on top of my cap. And I stood in line with hundreds of other students that are graduating at Northeastern with their bachelor's degree. And I guess my feather caught the attention of officers in the graduation ceremony, whereas they came to me and said, "Cornel, you need to put that feather away, and because this is against our policy." And so I obeyed them. I took the feather off and I tucked it in my cap and gown. However, when I went to the stage, I was the next one up to get the diploma. I pulled it out and I put it back on my cap.
Mumavoya said the issue united the nation to help current and future students.
As a nation, we came together. We put our differences to the side as a business committee. And this is one important issue that we all agree on 100%. And it shows that we can work together for our people and our youth to express our culture, our Comanche pride through Comanche Strong, Stronger Together, which is our vision.
Reporting for the Comanche Nation, PIO News, Natasha Mercadante.